Hello everybody, how you doing? This is KIN114 and this is an overview of the syllabi and the layout. This video will actually be nested right here, but right now it's obviously not nested there because I'm shooting it as I speak. With the syllabus, if we go ahead and take a look at this, I already have it open down here in the bottom. With the syllabi itself, it's an informational document as well as an agreement. I'll explain that as we go along. But from an informational standpoint, you have some important things like how do you reach me? Who the heck am I? What class are we in? What type of class is it? Things that you're all familiar with by this point in your collegiate career, I'm sure. But the big thing is when you look at this, I want to get this across, we know that you have a date that begins October 17th. If you don't like what's going on here and you want to drop for 100% refund, it's 1 week from the start of class. It's October 24th. And then further on, we have college closed for election day on Tuesday, which doesn't pertain to us, but it's just an informational piece for you guys. Wednesday before Thanksgiving, no classes, college is closed, go home, eat lots of turkey, go see family, all that good stuff. And then you have last day to withdraw from course. Now, I can't stress this enough, right? For these two, for the last day to drop and also withdraw, don't let things get that far. If you have an issue or there's a problem, come see me, reach out to me, send me an email, whatever it takes. We'll go ahead and have a conversation on how we can go ahead and have you keep from dropping the course, or maybe you get like a withdraw or an F in this course. Frankly, nobody should get an F in this course, and I'll go over that in a second. So the course itself is designed specifically towards speed, acceleration, quickness, and agility, where we're working on those components in terms of training and working with athletes. And the big thing we're going to have is all the content will be delivered online, and then we're going to get together 2 days a week to do these conditioning drills to apply what you're learning online. And the drills themselves, they will have a little bit of stress. It's not like we're laying around and stretching and touching our toes and all that stuff. No, we're working in this class, okay? So understand that when you signed up for this course, there was a disclaimer that you had to agree to, and that's going to be part of this. If you have issues, orthopedic concerns, etc., maybe you have to go see the trainer or whatever, she and I can talk back and forth about what's best to do with you to be able to get some kind of workout, but please make sure you communicate that to me. Just some other odds and ends regarding facilities if you're in the weight room, because some of the actual content and stuff will be in the weight room. With the attendance, please make it a point to come to class. It's going to be pretty important, especially in an 8-week course. You have such a compressed amount of time, which tells you have a compressed amount of time to earn your 180 points. And that's really what we're after here, right? And to get there, you're looking at 8 weeks for this course, 16 possible dates minus 1 for the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. But we have 4 check for learning assignments, each at 25 points each a piece, which will yield 100 points at play for that area. And then I'm looking for 2 post and response, which you need to post and respond to get full points. And at that you have 8 weeks, and it's going to be 5 points for each post and response, so it's going to be 10 points a week or 80 points. So it's 180 points total for this course, so it's not like it's a ton of points, so every point matters. And here it is, that's the breakdown, right? If you want to get on the A train, you need 162 points or better to get there, right? So make sure you get your work done. I've had people fail some of my courses, these activities-based courses, and it just blows me away. You have no reason at all to ever have that happen. Reach out to me if you feel like you're falling behind. A couple of things about academic dishonesty. Syllabi itself is an informational document in terms of what we espouse as a college or university with dishonesty, code of conduct, and then beyond that, what our culture is in terms of equal opportunity. But this document, as you scroll through it, I'm not going to bore you with all this stuff, also has a place for student support. And I can't stress this enough. Like you're listening to a video presentation from a guy who's very passionate about kinesiology, speed, agility, quickness, working with athletes, making them better athletes. And I will tell you, just as I am that passionate about that field, you'll have somebody sitting in an office on the other side of campus in perhaps ADS, Access and Disability Service, or perhaps in tutoring, right? These are individuals who are passionate about what they do, and they're there to help. If you feel like you have some kind of issue, a problem, you have to resolve it, you can't talk to anybody, nobody ever should have to suffer in silence, right? That's the big thing I want to get across. The next thing is many times we'll have things going on behind the scenes as instructors and your support staff, all the people that are in your orbit through Starfish, where, for example, ADS might reach out to me and say, hey, I have a student who needs help with some testing. Can we have them come over to our offices to take one of your tests? And frankly, I'll know about this before the student approaches me. And usually I'll just do something like read the test to the student. I'm not even going to have them go over and try to do the whole thing with ADS. I'd rather have them just work with me. So I'm very agreeable to utilizing these services, and I'm very agreeable to working and partner with these services. And again, whether it's the library, the computer desk, or the computer labs, or the writing center, these are people that are there to help and quite frankly really want to help. I mean, they're great people to work with. There's many times I've done stuff where I've worked with the library to do some research, and I can't tell you the turnaround time, how fast it is. It's unbelievable how great they are. So as we go through this a little bit further and we get down to this area, counseling services, if you feel like you're falling behind, feel like you have some issues, feel like you have some things you have to take care of or resolve, I would reach out to these people. They are quite good. The other part of it is you have this HEAT, H-E-A-T, Harper Early Alert Team. And you'll have situations where you might feel unsafe, uncomfortable, etc. You can utilize that type of service on campus. You can go right through your portal and do HEAT, H-E-A-T, or you can click here, control click. And if worse comes to worse, if you really do feel uncomfortable or do feel threatened to a certain degree, and you shouldn't ever, for one, but two, if it escalates, definitely reach out to the police on this one. So again, many times there are issues that come up that can be resolved within the context of the classroom, instructor to student or student to student. It shouldn't have to escalate, but if it does escalate, I'm going to say it again, whether it's you're feeling put off, put out, challenged in your classes, or you have an issue going on within a classroom with a professor or with a student, you shouldn't have to suffer in silence. We have resources here that are available for you to utilize. So please utilize them. And then frankly, there's services that you can utilize on other campuses as well, right? When you go to your next stop, they will have these services as well. This will be pretty straightforward. I have not loaded all the content in here, but when you go in, what you'll see is this layout, and this layout is just a simple spreadsheet that I use. And you'll notice the content for Mondays and Wednesdays. For example, we're going to have introduction to an overview of the course, foot orientation, running technique warm-up, and then just running technique warm-up will probably all we can get through. I'm leaving this a little bit loose down here, and I'll update it after we meet the first two sessions because everything else will fall into place afterwards. I just need to see who's in front of me and how far I want to push the curve, and push the envelope with this class in terms of the drills and the progressions I want to have over 8 weeks. But what you'll notice when you look at this Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, that correlates, and you saw this in another presentation, that correlates to the learning modules. So as I'm starting to load in content, you'll see this begin to populate with more information. And when you go in and open module 1, module 2, module 3, and 4, it'll have our course materials and the content and the videos and the PowerPoint slides, everything that you need for this course, as well as the check for learnings. So I try to keep it super organized. I understand this is a blended course and we're going to have some stuff online and we're going to have a good chunk of this where we're in person. My big thing is if you stay organized, you're ahead of the curve. And I try to do my best on the front end to stay organized as an instructor so it behooves you or benefits you in terms of your educational pursuits where you're able to actually find and source information and you're not going through every single tab over here to try to find stuff. You'll be able to find everything right in here in the learning modules or course materials. Those will be the two biggies. And beyond that, guys, I try to keep it simple. If you have any questions, please send me an email or catch me at class. Thank you so much. Bye.